So here we are in the penultimate session of our Masks Year One. And last time we had some stuff happen. I'm going to go briefly through that. And then we're going to figure out what has gone on with Daredevil. I have a move for Daredevil to roll to determine what went on, and I'll kind of frame up what occurred. So last time, in the aftermath of the fight with Abomination, Thor showed up, our young surfer dude Thor, who we'd established had jumped in before in earlier issues of the series, and maybe done some good, maybe not done some good, but certainly set up the rivalry with She-Hulk. And Thor was very bummed that he wasn't there to fight Abomination. But then there was talk of this other stuff going on, and he came along to help
Iron Man.
out. Yeah, fight Iron Man. It could have been just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So the group headed on, and they decided to be subtle, and they waited and watched. And Catwoman went in and found out that there is this gray Hulk who is assembling a group of villains, and who apparently has mind-controlled Spider-Man. And Catwoman started to create some dissension amongst the people there. Dr. Strange went down, picked up that there was some magic going on. Turned She-Hulk invisible. She-Hulk went in, and eventually the building collapsed through various means, through various things that happened. There was some fight went on. It certainly broke up the meeting of this big bad. And in the midst of that, also Catwoman was turned evil. With a full Eclipsode gem activated, because that's clearly what had turned the Hulk evil. And they escaped. She-Hulk got Catwoman away, with Catwoman verbally abusing her throughout. Eventually, they were able to get Catwoman into a point of stasis. The group eventually decided, okay, we're going to take Catwoman to Dr. Strange's sanctum. But in order to do the ritual to remove this, we need to get lots of Catwoman's friends, which took us to a montage of people going and getting friends like Poison Ivy and Harley, like Black Canary, one of Catwoman's exes, and Batman, which led to the scene at the Sanctum with all of Doctor Strange's people watching, the Baron Mordo and others, in which Strange had everybody hold hands and did the ritual to remove the Eclipso influence from Catwoman's heart, and it was successful. And at the end of that, off screen, we saw that the lieutenant who had been behind at the side of the Hulk is in fact Loki, with essentially the staff from the first Avengers movie, but with an Eclipso gem in it. And that was sort of the off-screen reveal that we had last time. So Daredevil, in the fiction, what I established was that you saw all of these very bad people going to the warehouse in the aftermath of this, and you decided you could not let your dad go there, that you knew that was going to be bad. So what this is sort of the move is, when you stop your dad from going to the warehouse, either as Matt or as Daredevil, You're going to tell me how you do that, and then you're going to roll Savior. So how would you have stopped battling Matt Murdock? It is his name is Matt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the same name. Is it Jack Murdock? Yeah, Jack sounds better. So battling Jack Murdock. How did you go about stopping him when he was given orders to head down to the docks?
I like the idea of trying it as Matt.
Okay.
I think it's, I have a time that I know he's supposed to be there, and so probably like 45 minutes, 30 minutes before, calling him and telling him I'm in trouble. Dad, you have to come help me. And just making something up of like, I got lost. I don't know where I am. I can hear, some stuff around here, but you got to come help me, Dad.
All right. Let's have you roll plus Savior.
All right. Roll plus Savior.
This is definitely going to be fine.
-1.
I didn't. Yeah, your Savior's not great.
Yeah, that's a 6.
All right. So the good news is you get to mark potential.
Okay.
I want you to also mark a condition.
Okay.
What condition do you mark? Like what is wrong when he shows up to get you? Like he's clearly distracted and upset and maybe short-tempered with you. So what do you want to mark?
I think I'll mark hopeless. I think maybe he's like, it's clear I've inconvenienced him, but I haven't derailed the whole plan.
Okay.
Maybe. Or that's the impression I get.
Yeah. He's mad, but he can't like explain why. And he's that short-tempered, and he gets, it's like, what were you doing there? Why were you out at this time of night? What were you thinking? You can't do that. That's really dangerous. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to you. You really can't, you're putting everything that we've done at risk, son.
And I think I just took a wrong turn. I didn't mean for this to happen. It was a mistake. It was, I didn't know what else to do. I got my wires crossed somehow. I don't know. It's, I guess I just got overconfident. I guess I felt like I could handle more than I really could, Dad.
I know the feeling. And I think this is you, like the collision of your superhero identity and your real world identity. And I want you to shift freak up 1 and mundane down 1. As you realize, like this could happen again unless something changes. So I want to take up sort of sometime after the ritual. I want to do a kind of check-in on personal lives with the characters and then bring folks back together. Now, Joe, do you have a scene you wanted to do before we kind of split people off?
We had mentioned maybe doing like the team celebration.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, like let's do that. In fact, given that time has passed, let's bring Daredevil. This is a few hours afterwards, after you've gotten your dad together, arriving at Doctor Strange's abode, just after they finished, just a little bit late. You would have liked to have been there, but you show up. Do you think, Matt, that you've been to Doctor Strange's, House of Magic before this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always an interesting place to drop in on.
Yeah.
Something a little different's always going on.
So one of the gatekeepers would have greeted you and would have said, they're just finishing up the ritual. I will take you upstairs. And would have taken you up to the room with a lot of heartbeats you don't recognize, plus your companions, and a general air of excitement, like they did it, they made it through. But I imagine that you're kind of at the back a little bit, keeping quiet, you and Batman standing in the shadows there. So Catwoman, let's start with you, because this is kind of your moment of triumph. Plus, you've also done a lot of damage.
Oof. Oh, so my team moves. Like, are we just doing the team moves, or
yeah?
like,
Let's do the moment of triumph.
All right.
Stuff. We should go through and check with everybody about how they resolve that.
Yeah, how we're like celebrating.
Yeah.
I guess I hug Doctor Strange, and before I like pull away, I'm like, this is awkward. We don't do that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Sort of.
Then hey, thanks. Thanks. That was great work you did.
I'm glad I could put it together, but all of us here work together.
Okay. So my move is, do you think I'm cool? And I'm trying to figure out how to way to bring that up. Like, so like what, I guess.
Do you think you've been through all this, you're cool, Catwoman, but I imagine it's as much, does Doctor Strange think you're still cool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I mean, ego wise, of course I'm cool.
Right.
So are we cool? I like, do you think I'm cool? Like, you still think I'm great?
I do.
All right.
I've seen you go through a lot, and it's good to have the real you back.
All right. Well, so add a team to the pool.
Okay.
And we both get influence over each other. We already have influence over each other. So we just shift each other's labels.
So Catwoman, what do you want to shift for Doctor Strange?
I'm gonna shift his mundane up and his no, I'm shifting his savior up and his danger down, his superior down.
Okay. What about for you, Strange? What are you shifting with Catwoman?
I'm thinking danger up and superior down.
Okay. Thor. It looked a little problematic, but you turned this around, and now you have a moment to kind of celebrate. So what does that look like? Who are you celebrating with?
Where are we in the sanctum right now?
Yeah. Imagine it was a big room. The ritual's been finished up, and you're all around having a chance to talk.
Well, could I ask Strange, like what's our situation here? Do we got good couches in whatever room we hang out in? Because I assume we hang out here, right?
Oh no, they have a opera house, that attic that they hang out in. This is Strange's sanctum. This is not used for party time normally.
Oh, okay. Then I don't fit in here. I guess Thor's sat. I think he must just be talking up what he just saw. Like, did you see the light? Whoa, and then it disappeared. Can you believe it? Like telling everyone who already saw it just what he saw.
So of your teammates, who do you think you're like talking to the most? Like, is there someone there you want to impress or want to show that you consider them your equal?
Oh no, I'm catching up Daredevil, like what I saw.
Okay.
And I'd imagine She-Hulk is probably there, if not directly engaging, then glaring.
Do you think that Daredevil is your equal?
Oh no. Sorry,
Okay.
Daredevil.
Then there's a bit a Daredevil view arriving, and Thor has shown up again, and he's maybe talking a little bit down to you. You do get to mark potential, Thor, and you give Daredevil influence over you.
Didn't he say he doesn't seem as an
Oh,
evil?
that's right. Doesn't so
Yeah.
if you don't, you shift superior up and any other label down. That's right.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
What
think
do-
I'm savior up. Sorry.
Yeah, and what do you want to shift down?
I guess superior.
Okay.
So
It
I'd
says,
imagine.
it says superior up.
Oh, sorry, superior up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because you're cocky, basically.
Yeah, that makes much more sense. I'll shift savior. Yeah, no, I'll shift my mundane down. That makes more sense, right? I'm talking
Yeah.
about this mysterious gem that's disappeared, like an Asgardian who knows what it's about, but clearly doesn't. So yeah, it's just a nonsense explanation of what he saw. The crystal gem, it lit up and disappeared. The magic's gone from Catwoman now. She's no longer evil. It's going to be much better from here on out, I think.
I think Daredevil's just kind of like nodding along.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
it's good you're here, but no offense, I think we're going to need more than, well, we just need more people here. That's what I mean.
I'm happy to be a body.
She-Hulk, what about you? What is your reaction to all of this? Are you sharing a moment of triumph, or is this a little more poignant for you?
It's yeah, it's definitely not. She's not in a celebratory mood here. She's kind of, she has a demeanor sort of, job well done kind of thing, and she nods at everybody, and is she's not antisocial or anything like that, but she's pretty subdued.
Okay.
And she says, Strange, you have something to drink in here, don't you? Like some green brandy or something.
I wouldn't know exactly where to find that, but if you would ask one of the teachers, I'm sure they might be able to help you.
Everybody has alcohol.
I have no doubt.
So she finds something to drink.
Well, you go to talk to one of the teachers, and the teacher says, "How old are you?"
Does it matter?
Yes. You're underage. We will not supply alcohol to underaged people, especially not in this house of learning. I would have thought a hero like yourself would understand that.
Sure. Sure, that's fine. She says. And she goes over to Catwoman, and in between, when a crack appears in the conversation, she looks at Catwoman and she goes, "You're okay then?"
And when she approaches, Catwoman's eyes wide, and you can like you see the regret in them as she tries to like pull you away from like the crowd. I'm so sorry.
You were ensorcelled.
Yes, but like, it still can't. I still hurt you.
It's okay.
And like, I'm very happy to be your friend. But beyond that, whenever I get close to people, I push them away.
I noticed that.
So as long as you're aware of that and that I might keep trying to do that, and I don't know if that you have to make your own choice on how to deal with that.
Just because I'm huge and green doesn't mean I'm stupid. You know?
I don't think you're stupid.
Look, I'm not gonna make you do anything you don't want to do. Ever. And
You couldn't.
So so it's okay, she says, looking down at the floor.
Okay. But where do you want to go from here?
Wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotta be, it
let's-
takes two, right?
Let's try to keep things casual for now.
Sure. No problem.
So I feel like I definitely shared a vulnerability.
I was going to
with
say,
you.
yeah, I think mechanically.
I don't know if either of your team moves triggered. I don't know.
But let's resolve yours, and then let's check in on She-Hulk. So you give She-Hulk influence
Which she
over
already
you.
has.
Okay.
And who would you like me to be?
I'd like you to be a little less cocky and a little more human. Rank superior down and mundane up.
Oh, all right. Superior down, mundane up. That happens no matter what. I mean, that happens no matter what. Yes.
Oh, what else happens?
Well, you asked me that. I asked you who you want me to be. And,
who I want you to be.
And if I show you that person,
and
something else happens.
I want you to be Selena Kyle. I want you to be a human being who acknowledges that they have needs, that they're not just above everybody else and apart from everybody else.
And like, yeah, that she just backs up. She's like, I can't do that.
Okay.
And She-Hulk, do you think you've shown vulnerability or weakness in this moment? Or do you think you've kept yourself a little strong here? What do you think?
I think I'm holding it together.
Okay.
There's no there's no question that she's communicated something more than what she said.
Right.
But she's held it back very, very hard and is talking to herself as much as she's talking to Catwoman. And trying to be okay with not being okay. So
Dr. Strange, in this, after this spell has been, like, big spell has been successfully done, what is it that you do? Are you sharing triumph with someone here? Are you keeping yourself together? What do you think we see?
So I think I will at one point title up to Catwoman and just ask, so how much of it do you remember?
Oh, I remember everything.
Interesting. So
should I not? Was I not supposed to?
I was curious. And in a way, it's good that you do remember.
I guess. I don't know. I said some pretty terrible things to some friends. So
True, but I think it's better to remember and live with it than to lose that all and just pretend it never happened. So there was a moment there, just as I was pushing through to bring us all together into you, where we really sort of touched. Are you okay with the fact that I can do that? That happened?
I mean, isn't that your job? Like, shouldn't you be good at that?
Here's the mechanical question here. He says all this magic shit that's happened. Is there any fear in your eyes, Catwoman, when you look at Doctor Strange?
No, not yeah. I do not have any fear in my eyes when I look at you.
In Doctor Strange, you get +1 forward and you get to mark potential.
Excellent. Yeah, well, as much as I train for this, touching other people's souls doesn't come easily.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yes, well, I'm glad it was you.
Oh, okay. Now there's a little more fear in her eyes. Before she's like, you just did a magic thing to like a diamond. That's fine. Wait, you touched my what?
Daredevil, in the midst of all of this, with this, your team there kind of, dealing with the aftermath of that. Plus, we've got some NPCs on scene in the form of Batman and Poison Ivy and Harley, who are slipping out even as we talk, and Black Canary. What's your reaction? Do we see you talking to someone? Do we see you doing something? What do you think?
What I would actually like to do is, it's clear I've and what is becoming a pattern, have arrived a few moments too late for the real important thing. So as people are, talking to each other, and you can feel the tension evaporating out of the room, I do want to try and push my way through the crowd to get to Catwoman to apologize for, again, not being here. And
you came.
I promise it's not a thing I'm trying to do. I had some unfortunate life circumstances come up.
Did you?
Yeah, I know that sounds weak considering what I've heard just happened.
Are you okay?
Wow, the fact that you can even think to ask me that after what you've just gone through.
Yeah, but I'm better now.
Look, I just want to kill some of this relief. And I swiped this earlier, and I pull out the liquor bottle I grabbed earlier, and I kind of just show it discreetly because Batman's still around. I don't want him to see, and the teachers are around. I'm like, do you think you can grab the others and let's get out of here? Let's just go. It's been a day.
Sure. No, yeah, sure.
Let me ask you this. You kind of went up and showed a vulnerability, a weakness there to Catwoman. Does that activate your team move, you think?
Let's see. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What do you reveal to Catwoman? Maybe you don't say who, but maybe you mention your father or something.
I'm wondering if there's even like a label on the bottle somehow that like I didn't think to check that like shows, connects it to him or the mafia or something. I don't know. Is that too indirect?
No, maybe Catwoman, after he hands you the bottle, there's like a wet receipt attached to it.
Oh yeah.
And you see Jack Murdoch's name on the credit card receipt there. So you give Catwoman influence over you.
I already have it.
So before we have you change, Daredevil, shift your mundane up and your masks labeled down.
I think it's, no, it is up. I read it wrong. Okay, so that goes up to 2, and then Savior is down again.
And then Catwoman gets to shift your labels.
I think.
Bless you.
Hmm?
Oh, Dr.
I said I
Strange.
think. Sorry.
I said bless you to Dr. Strange.
Gotcha. Freak down.
Okay.
And we'll go with danger up.
Okay.
So let's assume you get everyone together. Batman fades off into the night. Harley and Poison Ivy get away before anybody just thinks to arrest them. And Black Carrier just gives you a look, Catwoman, and heads off with that look that says, "Don't call me again." So let's cut from there to this upstairs area of the theater, the opera house that you have. That's the old, costume storage and things like that. That's dusty. Thor, I think this is the first time you've been here. They bring you with them to their team hideout, I want to say. There's, I think because it's Thor, I think we see like backdrops and sets for Das Ring das Nibelung in the background and that kind of stuff and costumings and things that sort of fit with sort of a pseudo Norse attire up here.
So I'm taking back. Sorry, we're going back to which space?
This is their sort of hideout.
Gotcha. Cool.
So Catwoman, what's one thing that you think Thor would absolutely notice here when Thor comes in?
Ooh, I think maybe like in her little alcove, there's like a trophy that's clearly Nordic in history that clearly she shouldn't have. It belongs in a museum.
And Dr. Strange, at what point do you notice that Catwoman has swiped something from the sanctum?
I'm trying to think what exactly would
Small enough to carry, right?
small enough to carry, yes.
Say, I mean, does she have a leather whip? It could be a leather whip at this point.
Do they have one there? I mean, it's got gems, easy enough to pocket.
Medallion, a weapon,
Amulet.
ring.
How about an amulet?
I think like an amulet of some sort. And I think it at some point sort of picks up on me, and so starts trying to levitate itself towards me as I come within a certain range. And I notice her pocket sort of straining out, and I recognize, as it just sort of peeks over the top of the pocket.
Absolutely. Thor, when your new comrades bring you back to what is clearly their secret base, are you more pleased that they've included you or more disappointed that it isn't more cool?
I'm gonna try to fix the cool situation.
Okay.
Right. If there's any way to get like some furniture moved around to make it a little bit more comfortable or whatever, Thor's moving the situation to his liking, as I think what we're saying.
Sort of before, without even really asking, kind of,
No.
oh yeah, let's get this straightened out and move these things around.
And very forcefully too. Like he's just lifting couches and putting them
Excuse
down
me,
in other
what
places.
sorry, what the fuck are you doing?
Making this place better. Would you like to help?
You want to ask first? Just
I just did. Would you like to help? I'm doing it. And I continue to move furniture.
She-Hulk will take hold of a piece of furniture as you're trying to move it.
Like on either end of a couch.
Yes.
And it's like, put the thing down. Unless you want to make
something. It's got to go
something
over here. It's got to go.
Unless you want to make something about it.
She-Hulk, I think you feel a hand on your forearm and it's Daredevil. She-Hulk, let's just relax tonight. We can put the furniture back later. Come on.
This isn't about the furniture.
I can tell that.
Seems to be about the furniture.
This is about Asgard bro here. Deciding whether he's a member of this team or whether he's just a solo jackass who happens to be here.
Why can't I be both? Now
that's a provoke, by the way.
All right, so let's. What is it you want Thor to do? Like, what's your intent here with this provoke?
I want
on the couch.
I want a physical confrontation.
Okay.
I'm feeling wound up.
You're baiting me a little bit. Too,
right? I am baiting you, no question, to do something inadvisable.
So
which I have a move for.
Do you have influence over?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I do, and he's my rival, so I can use. So I as that happens, I can use danger. They're the same.
Okay.
And I think I'm frustrating him. So that's a lot of bonuses. 15.
Okay. So for PCs, if you do engage in a physical confrontation with She-Hulk, you add team to the pool. But if you don't, you mark a condition. So Thor, what's your reaction?
I insulted you just now. If you didn't hear it, I'll be happy to repeat it.
I heard it. I think Thor actually feels a little bit guilty. His joke about why not being both the asshole and a part of the team didn't land as well as he thought it would. So I do feel a bit bad now. So geez, and I just dropped the couch.
Yeah,
down.
Like, how do we see that you do actually feel sincerely guilty?
I think Thor sits down the couch and just says, "Well, I'm sorry the couches mean so much to you. It's just we want us to be comfortable. I thought that's what teams do. You hang out, and it's better this way. But it's not important. I'm sorry.
It's not about the couch." And she like one finger flicks you in the chest. Just
knock it off.
No, that's
I was looking forward to doing that, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to play right now.
Yeah, we don't want you to fight in this crawl space of an opera house.
Oh,
still in use.
I take it outside.
By bursting the roof. He's a god, and you're basically godlike.
Not anywhere near. But thanks.
Now, so Daredevil, let's come to you. What are you doing? How are you trying to to work this situation once you arrived and kind of settled in after this little confrontation?
I'm attempting to play bartender as best as a teenage daredevil can, which probably means like a Dixie cup with a little bit of alcohol poured in it.
Okay. And what alcohol wise did you think you actually grabbed?
I was imagining, some sort of a brandy or a whiskey or something.
Okay. So you hand out little Dixie cups of alcohol to the group.
I insist for a toast.
I do. I'm passing them out, but before I pass She-Hulk's hers, I say, now you have to promise we're not fighting. We're relaxing tonight. Can we all make peace for the night and just relax and enjoy each other's company?
I'm not toasting to peace.
Fighting can be very relaxing.
I agree, but
I'm not starting a fight with anybody. I'm not starting a fight with anybody who doesn't want to fight. How about that?
And not in the opera house.
Do you stare me down as you say that?
That's right. I look at you.
I just smile back.
Yeah.
Oblivious.
You know what? I'll take it. Here you go.
So they think there's probably a little bit of that quiet. I don't know if it's before the storm or not, but you get a few drinks in you there. Let's give each of you a once around chance to say something or do something or toast something in the passage of this time here. Let's come back to you, Catwoman.
Oh no.
Or do you mean to hold off on you?
Yes, hold please.
Okay.
I'm like, who do I want to do?
Yeah. Dr. Strange, what's your take on all of this now? The liquor that your teachers specifically, admonished you not to take, and this almost fight between Thor and She-Hulk and Daredevil trying to talk you down. What do we see of you in this? Who are you talking to, or what are you doing?
I think you see him with his Dixie cup, which he sort of holds up, little wary of it, and tosses it back. See him cough and splutter, and then over the next as the party kind of goes on, you see him get more and more talkative, and eventually starts geeking out on magic stuff and completely over explaining it to someone who's just looking back at him.
Like, what's the most sorcerous thing you're talking about? Is it a particular monster? Is it a spell? Is it where you've been? What
a particular like class of spells and how they relate to each other and the subtle variations between and just into the weeds on.
Absolutely. She-Hulk, what do we see about you in the kind of trying to relax time in this, following a little bit of aggressive confrontation?
Having been denied my blow-off steam, She-Hulk will say, to not leaving anyone behind. And then she'll toss off the drink, and she'll say, you only have the one bottle, right?
Yeah.
Too bad. I could use I could use a little more.
Thor, you mentioned wanting to do a toast. What would you toast to? There've been a couple of cheers called out. What would you toast to?
I think I would just cheers for the Earthkin and their heroes. Mighty foes and great heroes. The battle for Earth. Very fun, very fun. And I give a cheers to it. I at this point, if I could, I'd maybe speak to Strange, and I think I'd what did I want to say to Strange? I think I just want to I want to like just encourage Strange. Like I think of him as very human, even if no one else even if he seems a bit of an oddball versus other humans. Thor's like so far removed that he thinks that you're just an average guy, Doctor Strange.
No weirder than your family. Yeah.
Much more normal.
So is this an actual moment of triumph and celebration? Are you actually now kind of talking to Strange about the victory that he's done there?
I mean, he cast a great spell, big magic. It was beautiful. You saw it. I mean, you did it, of course. And I also would implicitly be thanking him for saving me back there too after the Gray Hulk. What would you call him, Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray.
Yeah, when I got slapped aside.
Do you see Strange as your equal?
Yeah, at this point I have to.
Okay. So Dr. Strange, you will get influence over Thor.
I think you already had influence though, yeah?
Yeah. Thor, you get to mark potential.
Cool. That's an advance.
And Dr. Strange, you can shift Thor's labels.
Let's do mundane up and freak down.
Really got it.
And let me ask you this before I move on to Daredevil. What's your reactions, Dr. Strange? Like Thor, big, strong guy, potent, on possibly equal footing with She-Hulk in terms of strength, comes over and clearly treats you as an equal.
Well,
And
given
you're
that I'm a
bit
little drunk, I'm
Yeah.
like totally into this. I'm like, yes, Thor, buddy.
You start talking rune magic, that kind of thing.
Oh, sure. So,
Excellent. Daredevil, you kind of precipitated this group interaction. What is it you want out of this gathering, this meeting here?
I just want the team to kick back and let their hair down. And so I think we're starting to see like kind of like mundane high school Matt come out of like, I've got the phone up, I've got a Bluetooth speaker, pulling up Spotify, getting a playlist going. I'm going around. Thor, what's your favorite song? Do you like Rihanna? What?
I'll sing it for you. And I start to just belt it out.
Love it. Who's up next? Who wants to do karaoke? I'm just portioning out the drinks a bit.
So yeah, you mentioned before wanting to talk to She-Hulk at the thing. So what's your interaction there with She-Hulk?
I'm imagining She-Hulk is being somewhat solitary. Is that accurate?
Subdued.
Yeah.
She's kind of sitting among people, but she's not saying much. And you can, your senses are acute to this sort of thing.
So yeah, I think as at some point I'll go over and just kind of sit and say, what's eating you up so much? Why I can feel it coming off of you. What's going on? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, she says in a way that's not totally not.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit, She-Hulk.
Yeah, well, so what? I'll get over it. It's I'd rather get decked than get have experience ahead. recently, it would hurt less. Frankly, don't tell anybody.
I won't, but I mean, don't you think the others would understand that? Everyone has moments like that.
Yeah, well, the other people might understand, except for one of them, and she's the one I don't want to have. I can't have that conversation with.
Look, I'm nobody's boss here, but maybe
We've known each other a long time. It's not
maybe
a question of being boss.
the conversation you think you can't have is the one you should have.
Her natural reaction is to push away when anybody tries to get close. So I can't do that.
She-Hulk, I
gotta back off and see if she moves. And if she doesn't, she doesn't. You know, but I don't have that's the thing. I don't have a move right now. I don't have and waiting is, I don't know, it's hard. So that's what it is. That's why I want some action. You know?
I think I get it. But
so what was your problem?
Oh, you mean why I was late? That was just keeping a foolhardy man from doing something very stupid.
Get it. Sorry.
Let's resolve the comfort and support aspect of this before we go too much further.
Sure.
Why don't you roll your mundane, Daredevil?
Let's see, that is a 2. That is an 8. I also I have influence, and so that would be +1, but that doesn't change anything.
Okay.
You could spend team. There's 3 in the pool.
There's 3 in the pool if you want to do that.
I think I will. I think, because I have influence, there's a great team atmosphere happening here.
So on a 10 plus.
So
yes.
Yeah, sorry. Remember, you have to do it by shifting your labels.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Because it's like the difference, right?
So you'd shift your mundane up and something down.
Mundane up, and I'll shift danger down.
Okay. So on a hit, they hear you. She-Hulk can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels. And I think She-Hulk did open up.
Yeah. I'll mark potential, and I'm going to put and you got a 10 plus, right? So I'm going to put a hand on you and say, you're a good guy for trying. I appreciate that.
Daredevil, do you want to add a team back to the pool, or do you want to clear one of your conditions?
I want to clear a condition. I'm going to clear afraid.
Okay.
It would have been great to have you along. But I understand when outside things mandate other stuff.
Yeah. If I'm honest, it's proving to be a difficult juggling act. But that is something to worry about tomorrow, She-Hulk. And I hold up my Dixie cup.
I've always got your back.
I know you do.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
What do we see of you in this?
It's
been a lot of maneuvering around and not interacting with you in these things.
Yep. She's definitely paying note of Daredevil and She-Hulk having their conversation. Because there's a lot of mixed emotions going on there. I think she's trying to suss out what's going on with Jen.
Like pierce the mask stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you have influence over her. Go ahead and
I do?
roll
Okay.
mundane plus that.
Actually, I don't have influence
Oh,
over
you
her.
don't?
Yeah.
She sacrificed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was evil.
So roll mundane.
I'm like, do I? I don't. Is it an 8?
Okay.
All right, let me. How can I get your character to loosen up?
Ask me to dance.
Okay. All right then. It was like, hey, Shulky, you want to dance? There's a lot that happened. No. We're here to we're here to celebrate, right? Have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Turn the music up.
And do we kind of close on that scene, or do you feel there's any mechanical way to that, or should we just kind of close that out, Catwoman?
I mean, this could be us celebrating, I think.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
What is your share there?
All right, so this is gonna be fun after all the emotional drama. Do you think I'm cool?
She thinks you're amazing. So yeah.
Jeez. All right.
She doesn't
So
say so. It's just obvious.
right. So you get influence over me if you didn't already have it.
Already happened.
All right, so you get to swap my labels. And then I take influence over you. And either way, add a team to the pool.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll take Spear down and Mundane up.
Makes sense.
Gotta cut you down to size somehow. She says that she's a foot taller than you are. She doesn't say cut you down to size, but it's the thought bubble.
And I think we've already established the Selena is who she wants you to be, right?
Yeah.
She wants
wasn't that
genuine human being, not just the cat.
Yeah. But this is a celebration, not a vulnerability.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
celebration,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
And I mark potential because they are already my love.
When you get to shift my labels again, it sounds because it says take influence over them.
Right.
It's true. What do you think, Joe?
No. This is all what is going through Jen's mind.
I'll take danger down one and pump mundane up again.
Okay.
All right. I want to take our first break here.
Okay. I have a quick question from Brandon. Did you already shift my labels on my sheet?
No, I didn't. Touch them.
Okay. So Superior goes down twice. The first one was Superior down, Mundane up.
Yes, and then danger down.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sorry.
No, I didn't. I don't touch other people's character sheets because it mistakes happen.
Let's take 10. When we come back, we'll I want to do a once around of real life or outside of the team stuff, and then we'll figure out like where we want to head in terms of team dealing with some of the issues that are on the table. Does that sound okay? Okay. So back at a quarter after. So let's start with you, Matt. What do we see of the next day of you? Your dad's in a bad mood. You notice that he's got the ringer on his phone turned off. And he's just kind of hovering around the apartment. There's a moment when he goes over to look for like his bottle of brandy, and it's not there, but he doesn't think anything of it.
I think too, this might be a school morning, and I'm probably late getting up, looking not quite put together. Maybe I usually make breakfast too, and so we haven't had breakfast, and so that's not helping. And I'm just rushing. Dad, have you seen my textbook? I need my book.
See him stop and like actually kind of focus and take a look at you. And he says, come here, sit down.
Dad, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna be
I'll write you a note.
Okay.
Sit down. What's going on with you, Matt?
What do you mean?
You're out at weird hours. You're sneaking around behind my back. You're getting up late, and you look like hell. Is something going on at school? Are you getting bullied?
I'm not getting bullied, Dad.
Then what's going on? Talk to me.
There's just a lot, you know? There's all these college entrance things to take care of. There's, the house to run. You got my note, right? About, I forgot our landlord's name. The landlord, he's going to kick us out, Dad. The check bounced again.
I'm going to go and take care of that today, he says with a certain kind of finality.
Stuff's just, there's a lot going on right now. That's it.
Look, I know there's a lot of pressure on you. I know that. And I'm sorry that all of this weight is on you. I wish it could have been better for you.
Dad, things are fine how they are. I don't feel like you've got to try and make up for anything.
No, you're supposed to be a kid. You're supposed to have a chance to be a kid.
Sometimes this is just how stuff goes. I don't know, Dad. Look, I'm gonna be late for school. Can we talk later?
Yeah. We'll have a chance to talk later.
Okay. I'll make us dinner.
Okay. I think your textbook's over there on the couch.
Like, throw a pillow to the side. Thanks, Dad.
There is that moment when maybe he's a little taken aback with how good you are at moving around, even though you're blind, and you kind of have to catch yourself.
I intentionally bump the coffee table as I walk by.
I think as you're leaving, I think we see him picking up a phone and beginning to dial.
I'm gonna pause on the other side of the door and press my ear back to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. What can I do to make this good? And he'll get taken care of? Okay, then. And let's cut from that to Catwoman.
Yep. That's me.
Where are you at?
Um,
How are you picking the pieces of your so-called life up that next day?
I think it's like the panel is Selena just in casual mode, knocking on the door of a familiar apartment, and is wherever Jen is staying. But of course, I think Lieutenant Trevani's the one that answers the door.
Yeah, she looks a little ragged. And yeah, come in. Have we met?
No. I'm looking for Jen. Her friend, Selena.
Really, she hadn't mentioned you.
Oh,
She says with that cop suspicion kind of thing.
is she in like a uniform? Like, 'cause
Yeah, I think.
just,
Yeah,
oh,
I think definitely she's in a uniform.
oh, okay. Well, could you tell her I'm here?
Yeah, why don't you come in? Kind of looks. It's a little bit messy, but she says, "Sit there in the TV room. Hang on."
All right. Are you okay?
Long night.
Right. Right.
Jen is knocking your door. You're
Yeah.
getting your stuff together, probably because you've been trying to catch up with the schoolwork. And the lieutenant says,
She's throwing a book, she's throwing a law book into her thing, which is clearly not a class she's taking, but something she's reading for.
"There's
Yes, I know. I'm almost ready.
no. Uh, there's a friend of yours here. I don't know if she's here to walk you to school or what."
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be right down. I'll come right down and grab my stuff up and come down the
She
stairs.
clearly takes note that you don't ask the name. She clearly registers that with the thing. She comes back down and she says to you, "She'll be a minute." And then, of course, Travati sits down on the couch with her coffee and eyes on you.
Okay.
So how do you know Jen?
We're friends.
Do you go to her school?
No.
Where do you go to school?
I don't.
You don't. Did you
No.
graduate early?
I've got a GED.
And what do you do?
Basically work as a store clerk.
Where at?
Mandy's.
Really?
Yeah.
Which location?
In the mall over in Staten Island.
And I think that's the point at which Jen comes in. You hear this grilling going,
Oh shit.
Staten Island. So she'll never go.
I dash down the stairs and Selena.
Hey, Jen, you're just talking to
And
your
I pause just
aunt?
shy of giving you a hug and just screech, break to a halt, and then try to look look unruffled. Hey, nice to see you.
Yeah, sorry for bothering you so early.
Oh no, that's cool. I was just on my way to school. You can walk. You can walk with me.
Nice to meet you, Ms.
Lieutenant Trevani.
Ms. Trevani. Okay.
We'll talk later, Jen.
Yeah, sure, says Jen. after an oblivious pause.
Noted.
Bye.
Yeah.
Just super friendly and but like once we're like out on the street, so
Oh my God.
that was a surprise.
What, that my guardian's a policewoman?
Yeah.
Well,
In this city. Okay.
she was willing to. She's been a long time friend of the family. And
All right. Well, look.
she was willing to be my guardian after my parents were killed. Okay. It's not like I had a lot of choices.
I'm not here to question you about Travani. I don't care.
No, but I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Why are you?
Because she was grilling you. I heard it a little bit.
That's what guardians do.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
they're not.
cops do.
Yeah, yes, yeah, it certainly sure is.
Look, I've been.
Oh my gosh, it's wow, it's nice to see you. I didn't expect you to come by.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we needed to talk away from the others because things were crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Let me pause there. We'll come back and we'll do the second half of that with the sort of the other side. So let me do Thor and Strange, and then we'll come back for the other half of that. Thor, do you feel upbeat or downbeat following that whole team meeting and drinking this very weak ale kind of incident?
This is definitely a downbeat for Thor. He didn't get as drunk as he thought he would, and the Earthkin, I guess She-Hulk kind of left, and Thor was to his own devices, and I guess is kind of just he's just seething at this point, right?
What does Thor do when he gets back to that apartment that he shares, and he sees the eviction notice on it, and like the apartment's been emptied out?
I think he just lays down on the floor. He like rips the notice down, goes back into the. If the door doesn't open, he opens it, and he just lays down onto the ground. I think that we can imagine someone, maybe it's Heimdall or maybe it's Odin, someone interfering on Thor, just to be like a call down from the sky. Thor.
Well, I'm going to tell you who's going to interfere.
Yeah.
I think as you kind of lay down and there's that this day, I think you'll hear the tiny knock at the door.
The door's open.
Opens up. What does this Loki look like? Are we classic Loki? Are we Lady Loki? What is it? Young teen Loki? What do we have?
Yeah, I'm just imagining like a bit of a Draco Malfoy vibe to this Loki.
Okay, yeah, and he comes in and he looks and he goes, "Oh, that my brother should be reduced to such a state. Are you all right?"
I'm exactly where I need to be.
And what's your relationship with this Loki? Are you antagonists? Do you still consider him your brother? Is it frenemies? Like what state have we reached with this?
I think Thor, like it's just where Loki will just constantly needle Thor. He's just an incessant little buzzing annoyance to Thor. But Thor knows that if he tries to like slap at him, like if he tries to strike back, Loki will always turn it around on Thor. So it's just something he's just something that Thor has to endure.
Brother.
What do you want, Loki? I thought you were not going to come to Earth. It was my time alone. You remember?
Perhaps you are not the only one who needs to learn a lesson.
Well, are you saying you need to learn, brother? No, I want you to say it. It'd be funnier for me that way.
Yes, I have come to Earth to learn a lesson.
I sit up and like just start to give out a hearty laugh. You can see like the dust shake from the apartment walls. Oh, that is rich. Are we intending to learn together then, brother? Would it be too embarrassing for you to have me see it as well?
Believe me, this hurts me as much as you might imagine, but I found out where you were and came to see, and then saw that you were in such straits.
What do you mean? Everything is fantastic here.
No. I see that you have not been treated as you more richly deserve. You're a hero as Asgard. Even if you're here to learn humility, he's not to be found in this rat-infested basement. Why don't you come with me?
Well, when I go with you, things don't always go well. But
that is the past.
What did you have in mind?
My lesson is perhaps not one so much of humility, so I've taken advantage, and I have a very nice place. You may come and stay with me. We will be, what is the word? Roomies.
I will check this out.
All right.
Like the heights of Asgard, like heroes upon the earth.
It is a penthouse, yes.
Then let's fly there.
Start
swinging up the hammer.
Certain reluctance, and you kind of grab him, and he will direct you. And I think we see that flight across to the top of this building. It's got one of those endless pool things, penthouse, beautifully appointed, kind of land there. It's a modest abode, but too big for just me.
Oh, yes. And, well, it's big enough for me alone, but we can share it. It's okay.
I appreciate your generosity.
Yeah, I'm giving Loki influence.
Absolutely. He says, I saw on the news that you were involved in some sort of team. Surely
Yes.
they cannot be your equal.
Well, there are some heroes that they're heroes indeed. Glory, and it's a good team. It's not the best team I've ever been on, but I like these guys, yes.
Do they appreciate your talents?
Well, sometimes my talents, frankly, and he like looks around. There's some real villains here. I fought the strongest one the other day, and I won't say how it went, but it.
Well, this is very interesting. We will have to talk more of this, but please make yourself at home. The bar is there for your use, and there's food in the refrigerator.
I go to town, yeah.
Okay.
He's making up the biggest sandwich.
Absolutely. He says, here's a key. Hand you a little plastic card. You can use this in the elevator, get in, and so on. I told the doorman that my brother would be staying with me.
I throw out the key. If I can, I will continually just be flying in.
Fair enough. You always have your own way of things.
That's right, brother. It's good to see you. Now, you seem like you want to go. I can keep it safe here.
Absolutely. I'll leave you to it then, now that I know where you are.
Oblivious, he just says, "Goodbye. See you later. I'm sure you'll be seeing me."
And we'll cut away from that. Doctor Strange. What are you like? What are you doing in the aftermath of that successful spell here in the school? You still have that kind of chip from Baron Mordo helping you out. You have this new student in the school. You've managed to take and release a portion of the eclipse crystal. What do we see you doing?
Well, I think first off, he's sort of cartoon hungover, wakes up grouchy, see him, magically making coffee and drinking down cup after cup. But otherwise, see him getting back into his studies, eyeing that new Sorcerer Supreme candidate.
Yeah, I think when you come out, maybe a little like get your coffee, you're a little bit draggled, that you see her kind of standing there and she's looking at you.
So, I'm Stephen. I don't believe we've ever gotten your name.
Wanda.
Wanda, a pleasure.
So you look a little worse for wear.
Big party last night.
Is that a thing they do here? I had the impression this was more staid.
Oh, here is definitely more staid. I managed to sneak off with some friends. Don't tell Wong.
I won't. So what's your deal?
I'm sure you know. I've been raised since a boy to become the next Sorcerer Supreme.
Since you were a boy, how long ago was that? 2, 3 years ago?
No, literally a boy. At age 6.
That must have been nice, taken care of, trained, given skills.
I can't disagree.
It's
not exactly the most carefree upbringing, but
she steps up close to you and she goes, I didn't have those advantages.
I suppose not.
But I learned to do what I can do and learned how to use my powers.
Is that so? Perhaps we should train together sometime.
I don't think so. And she turns and walks away. What do you want to do? Do you want to pierce the mask? Do you want to follow her? Do you want to go and talk to somebody else? Like, I guess opportunity if there are any moves that you want to trigger here.
Plus mundane. Oh, it's flat. Got a 6.
Well, the good news is you get to mark potential. The bad news is when she steps up that close to you, there is a moment where you feel your gifts, your power, your magical soul kind of sink and flare, and you have to tamp it down, like to keep it from going out of control.
What is this chaotic element here?
Yeah. What do you want to mark for the condition? Like when you realize that around her, the desperate control that you've been trying to maintain starts to go haywire.
I think afraid.
Okay. I think there's maybe also like you see her eyes go a little wide as well. Like maybe she felt that same loss of control, and she steps away even more quickly. I have to go train. And gets away from you as fast as possible. Let's come back to the Selena and She-Hulk walk to school scene.
So things were pretty crazy yesterday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they were.
And I didn't want to leave things as they were because you were hurting, I think, even though if you didn't want to say it.
Look, you don't. It's not your responsibility to,
How many relationships have you been in, Jen?
Not a lot.
Okay. So we haven't even had a date. We kissed once.
Yes.
So we should, I don't know, before like we get in too serious, which is when I pull away, like, because I feel like you're getting in real serious when we've only had one kiss. It was a very intimate moment. I'm not denying that. Like, you're gorgeous and incredible. But maybe we should have a date first before we see, like, if there's more that you actually want to explore. Like you said, you want me to be Selena. I can't do that in front of everyone.
No, just no more than I can be Jen. I know. But I'll know she's there.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'll know she's there.
Yeah. Okay.
But and that's what matters. And yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's go on a date. I'd like that.
All right. Okay. Good. I just wanted to let's start off.
It's funny. I would have thought that if either of us was the type to plunge into something,
it would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do, but the problem is I do that with a lot of people at once, and I want to make like sometimes I just want to like let go and have fun, and that's generally what happens.
Right.
Plunging into putting my life on the line, that's easy. Plunging into a relationship, that's why no. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. You got it. I'm with you there.
So,
but but like I'm game.
Okay. Because I just want to make sure that like it's worth you losing yourself for like I don't want you to constantly be worried about me while we're out there fighting the Rhino or the Shocker or Firefly or whoever.
There's no way I'm not going to be concerned about keeping you from getting hurt. Okay.
That's fine, but you shouldn't put my concern above that of like that guy walking his dog. You're the hero. Like you're of us. You are the hero.
Really?
And you need to keep that in mind.
Really? I'm the fucking straight arrow, you know?
Yeah.
Who's got like the best reason in the world for striking back at evil, right? My parents were murdered by a gangster. And you, on the other hand, have decided on your own stick to help out when a lot of the stuff in your history points entirely in the other direction. And so I don't know if I'm the hero here.
Yep. I think you are, because there was never a question for you.
Oh, that makes it easy for me, huh? So that's maybe what impresses the hell out of me with regards to you. And you're gorgeous too.
Yeah. But like you said,
I guess a lot of people have told you
I
that.
help out. I'm not fully committed. Like, I mean, I just stole this from Strange last night. So
you did?
Yeah.
In the middle of all those awards? That's fucking impressive. How the hell did you do that? I thought everything there had a little mystic alarm on it the moment you moved it a centimeter. You're good.
How should I know? Yeah, well. All right. So maybe we'll get like let's go to a diner later tonight.
That'd be fantastic. Casey's, on 43rd Street.
Sure. All right. So you got to get to school.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can't. I don't have to. I'm pretty caught up, but I have to show my face occasionally.
Okay.
Or I'm not going to get
nerd.
Yep. Hey, look. At some point in the future, there's going to have to be somebody who can go into court and defend superheroes. Okay. Right now, the whole legal system is stacked against anybody like us who's trying to help out, but isn't officially a cop or, part of a law enforcement thing. And that's not right. Okay. And sooner or later, it's going to really, right now, public sentiment is, it's okay. But if it moves, we gotta have protection, and somebody's got to do it. And that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, I want to stop that there because we kind of moved on to another topic. Like another scene there in some ways. So I want to give Daredevil and Thor a chance to kind of call scenes and see where they're at emotionally and superhero-y and that kind of thing. So Daredevil, after that, somewhat, you had this celebration with your friends. There's still some serious superhero bad guy shit out there. And of course, you got your dad issue. So let's do a scene either with an NPC or, where a task you're following down, or with another PC. What do you want to have here?
I was wondering if I should roll when time passes.
That's a great idea.
So roll with mundane, which right now is at 3.
Look at you, all mundane.
But that is still a 6.
Still a 6.
But I get potential for that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So
that is the good news.
I will get to choose in advance, which I think I know what I'll take, but I'll finish that in a moment. And let's see. On a miss, you haven't got your normal life anywhere near the attention it deserves, and the GM chooses 2 obligations that are going to bite you in the butt. So as a reminder, my obligations, I've got school, both schoolwork and debate club. At home is household chores and paying bills, and then social, best friend Foggy, which, you know, I'll let you choose, but that's kind of where my mind was going was definitely.
So one of the things is when you get to school, you are called in to your counselor's office, and they're very much like, this is not good. The last couple of weeks you've been behind. We understand things are tough, but you are on a scholarship, and if you don't turn things around in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a serious look at what's going on with that. Have to have your dad in to talk about that.
That's not going to be necessary. I've been sick. It's been, you know, there's been a lot of hard stuff at home, and it's been a distraction, but I'm everything's okay. I mean, it's all gonna be fine.
And I think you get a phone call, sort of immediately, like in there, where they're like, you know, you're not supposed to take calls when you're at school, but you kind of excuse yourself, and you'll pick it up, and you hear the voice of your landlord. Murdoch.
Yes.
So I appreciate this, but I just want you to know, just because you've paid a year ahead, if the rent goes up, you're still going to have to pay the difference in the future months.
I'm sorry. You said we paid a year ahead?
Yes. I found it in my box this morning. In cash. I'm impressed.
Okay. And you're sure that was for the Murdochs?
Yes, had your name on it.
Right. I'm obviously, I know that. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, you got it correct. And
I just want to tell you that like there's a policy, even if you pay ahead, if there's a rent change, you're still liable for the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been trying to call your dad, but he hasn't been picking up, so I had to call you.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. Well, then I, you know, hope that we can have a better relationship going forward. As I said, I told you we do the right thing.
Yes, yeah. You're a good kid.
Some days more than others.
And he hangs up. Why don't you roll Take a Powerful Blow?
Yeah. Let's see. That's with conditions. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I have one condition. That is a 10.
That is a 10.
This is the one where you want low, isn't it? Dang.
What do we see? Do we see you freaking out, like running across the city? Do you want to?
I think so. I think like Matt like comes walking out of the counselor's office. He's putting his phone back into his pocket. I think Foggy is standing there and it's kind of like, hey, where have you been? And he just darts past him and says, Foggy, I can't talk right now.
Run out of school, you know, swing up on a building, running across, looking for your dad, looking at all the haunts and not finding him. Not finding him anywhere. Thor, On the other hand, you're in a great place, but there's still those villains out there. What do you do after you've had this great, I mean, like this enormous sandwich or two?
There's a couple things here, right? I could imagine
Yeah.
Thor just bumbling through, like eating like from just like a big old bowl of fruit that he has in one hand as he like walks through this big old apartment, and maybe he triggers some sort of secret room or gets it to some place that Loki didn't expect him to be, or Thor's gonna have to be a little bit more active. But I'd like to try to, get us a little bit prepped for the fight coming up.
So do you want to like pierce the mask on Loki, or do you want to assess the situation? That feels like the
I
way to
think
do that.
we assess the situation, just like selfishly to figure out how cool an apartment this is, but also, we might find something else more useful.
Absolutely. So for assess the situation, roll superior.
We got a 2 on superior. That's a 7. Oh, okay. No, that's not a 7. That's because I forgot I feel guilty. So that's like a 5.
That is a 5.
I walk around missing all the secret doors and hidden levers.
Yeah, I think what we see you like what is the weird magic thing that conceals this room that you managed to get through sort of by accident?
I like a wall, or like a mirror. He just oblivious. He just walks through something as he's just strolling through the house.
And I think you walk in, and there is a wall, and I think you see pictures of you. You see pictures of your team. You see pictures of other people by your teammates that you don't know, but you guess they're friends and family of your teammates. And notes on schedules and itineraries and things like that. And you realize that your brother has tabs on all of these teammates, and you've put them all in deadly peril.
I'm furious at this point, and I'm thinking, this is not how you make friends, Loki.
What do you want to mark for condition?
I'm already guilty. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling guilty here too. I'm definitely angry. I think I'm a little bit afraid, actually. Right?
Yeah, like there's almost like a complete tracking of your time here. And there's clearly some other stuff going on. You probably will see some notes on Mr. Gray, and you realize that Loki is tied up with all of that. And it is even more dangerous than you thought.
I gotta go.
What do you do?
I gotta go get the team. However I think I could rally us.
Where do you go?
Well, obviously I fly into the sky.
Right.
I don't. Where would we all meet up, though? I guess
the only places you know are the Opera House and Strange's Sanctum, right? Though you also now know some stuff about these people, so you could go to where they live
and try to do it myself. I'm seeing if I could maybe clear one of the conditions by doing something stupid. No, that would be for if I were feeling insecure, that's what I would do, but I'm not feeling insecure. Make a sacrifice. I don't know if I can fit that in. I don't know. I think I'd probably just call down a storm right to the top of the Opera House. And you can just you can just see the clouds darken over the Opera House as lightning starts to come down.
Okay. Yeah, so you make a scene. Um, let's come back to Strange. What is it? Where are you at when you realize that magical forces are shifting like that? Like the the call is being given out.
Just doing some magical training exercise. So you see me with making the ritual movements and all the glowy bits.
You're up on the roof outside doing some of the elemental
Yeah.
practices, and I think in the distance you'll see that storm cloud form, crackle. Do you
And
go there?
I'll just head right on over.
So let's do the strange Thor scene, and then we'll check in with Catwoman, and then She-Hulk. So, Thor, after a few minutes, Doctor Strange arrives.
Strange. Good, you're here. We have problems. My brother. I thought he wanted to become friends with us, but it's much worse than that. It's much worse than that. We have to get the others.
Isn't that what happens every time you deal with your brother?
I thought this time was
always
different.
Much worse than that.
I thought this time was going to be different. I have a new apartment now. I think the apartment is still, I get to keep that, but this is a problem right now we have to deal with. You see, he had pictures of all of us, and I thought he was asking about the team because he thought we were cool, and I thought like he wanted to join us, and it's been fun. And anyway, it's not important. What we have to do is get everyone here because Loki's in with that big gray fellow, the one that's kind of like She-Hulk, but bigger and a different color.
Loki's behind Mr. Gray. You're right. We do need to call everyone. Pull out my phone and start texting.
What's that going to do? I called the storm. If they haven't heard this, then they're never going to get that.
So let me come to Catwoman. Is there anything you want to do before you get the signal? Do you want to have it there? I just want to check, give you a chance if there was any other scenes you wanted to call before we move people together.
No. Like when Jen starts going off on the thing, Selena just rolls her eyes. I'm like, that's great. That's great.
And Jen doesn't push it.
You can go back to school now. You go study, you crazy kid, you.
And Jen just laughs and says, okay, I get it. Sorry.
Yeah, and you look up and you see that storm brewing in the distance.
You ever play hooky? Because I think you're about to start.
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna have I wasn't feeling well, got a migraine, something.
Mm-hmm.
We better go.
Yep. Into an alleyway.
Yep, into an alleyway. She transforms and grunts with pain when she does. It still hurts at this point.
And the two of you will head that way. Daredevil, your phone rings.
I answer it quickly. Hello, Dad?
You hear this gravelly voice. No, not your dad.
Who is this?
You can call me Mr. Gray.
And what do you want, Mr. Gray?
Well, I would like you to bring your teammates to a certain location.
And why would I do that?
I would take it as a thank you for having paid your first year's rent.
Do you have my dad?
Yes.
Click. Wait, no, I need to know where it's at. Never mind. All right. Time. Where's the time and place?
There is a garbage scow out in the bay. Bring your friends there. Do it soon.
I'll be there. If you do anything, it'll be hell to pay. And I'm going to use game face. I'm committing myself to, I guess, defeat this terrible enemy and save someone. It's kind of
okay.
Both.
And you say that in that way, and he says, I do believe you're serious.
Deadly.
Well, we shall see. And I think that sort of post that scene, Catwoman, She-Hulk, you've arrived at the top of the opera house. And sort of, even as it's starting to sprinkle Thor, you're about to kind of like explain maybe what's going on when you see Daredevil. Are you in costume? Are you in your semi-costume? What do we see, Daredevil?
I'm in costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we see you come swinging in over, kind of interrupt. So let's give Daredevil a chance to speak, and then let's give Thor a chance to speak.
Yeah, I think I swing in. And we have been challenged by someone called Mr. Gray. And they've taken someone very important to me. I need your help.
Yeah, they've taken someone very important to me too.
They didn't take anyone from me, but I think we should do this. This would be like a family reunion, but
what's the deal? Thor, why'd you call?
Oh, well, my brother was in town and it seems to be causing an issue. And I just wanted everyone to know that he's likely behind all of this. And there's a lot of problems going on. I just don't want you to blame me, but I think we could, probably do something about it if that's cool. Strange, I can't hear you. Are you speaking into the void again?
Does that sometimes.
You're on mute, Greg.
I was on mute.
Yeah.
Look at everyone else and say, doesn't this always happen when his brother is in town?
Look, it's not his fault, okay?
Yes, this time was going to be different, but next time might be. But this time we have to stop this problem.
One of them called that Mr. Gray Dr. Banner.
Who's that?
That's the Hulk.
Bruce Banner, also known as the Hulk.
Oh, you're right. But this one was gray.
He's been magicked.
Oh, I should have known my brother was behind this from the start.
This is going to be tricky.
Yeah. So,
but if they got a hostage, we better talk to him.
We didn't really talk about everything that happened when I met Mr. Gray. He made it sound like he turned Spider-Man evil. Before he did the thing to me.
Gray Spider-Man now, right?
He wasn't gray, but
yeah, we didn't. I couldn't see his skin, so I don't know.
Okay.
Well, sounds like whoever whoever worked on the Hulk also worked on Spider-Man. I don't think it was Mr. Gray.
Well, Mr. Gray was the one that grabbed me and then, did the thing.
Magic. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, when things go like this, what I usually do is I just punch my brother. And after I do that a few times, things get better. So would anyone like to help me punch my brother?
Yeah.
Sure. Look, punching needs to happen, obviously.
Then what are we waiting for?
I think y'all need to head out. I need to check in with Zatanna.
Well, if we got to do this as a team now.
All right. Well,
Mr. Gray,
I'm gonna give her a call on the way. That's because I left the Black Diamond was in the book that I left with her. So,
Mr. Gray,
Are you sure you want to get close to that?
Hang on, Greg. Let's have John finish, then let you say.
Sure.
Mr. Gray specifically wants the whole team to show up. Now, I'm not going to make anyone go, but I have to go. And we're wasting time.
So do I.
Daredevil, I like you.
I owe Doc a lot.
And Strange?
Yes, definitely while the rest of you are in there punching, perhaps I can deal with whatever magical force is controlling this, Mr. Gray. Likely your brother, you think?
Oh, well, it's not my brother. He's probably got some doodad or object of some sort, or it's never just him. He's always holding something, and watch out because he might be holding something else too. It's the magic. It's terrible.
Trying so hard not to have a visible eye roll.
And gather yourselves together
Yep.
to head out. All right. I think we're actually going to stop here. I think we're in a good position to start out in medias res. We can flash back to Zatanna call or any other preparations when we get there. But I think this is a good opportunity. We have 3 team in the team pool. I will carry that over to the start of next session, just to carry that on. Does that seem okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
But let's do our end of session check-ins with everybody. So, Thor, do you feel like in this session with the interactions, with the celebrations and your brother, in this incident here, did you grow closer into your own image of yourself or away?
I think I grew into the image of myself. This is very much Thor being Thor, and now his friends get to see one of the classic Loki Thor rivalries going on. And if you're around Thor, you're going to get wrapped into it at some point. So
fair enough. So you get to shift labels. What do you want to shift?
I think freak, right? Like anytime you're with Thor, it's going to be an odd time. And I think I'm going to take down Superior.
Okay.
Right? Like I was bragging to Daredevil earlier, kind of being a bit of a jerk. But I think I've sort of come back around on, just being one of many, right? All of us are wrapped into this whole thing.
I like that. She-Hulk, what about you?
Closer, no question. And it's Catwoman.
Okay. So Catwoman gets to shift
Savior up
labels. Okay.
and freak down.
And She-Hulk, are you marking potential?
I did.
Okay. And then what about you, Catwoman?
I think into her own image of herself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what is her image of herself? Is it more Selena? Is it Catwoman? Is it some?
It's more Catwoman. It's more like, hey, I do good, like you said, Jen, but I still do like I'm still gonna steal from people. Like I'm not stopping anytime soon. Cause like, look, you know me, but I'm not gonna let you know all of me.
Excellent. So what do you want to shift?
I think I'm gonna shift freak down
Mm-hmm.
and superior up.
Okay.
What's it at? 2.
And what about you, Doctor Strange?
Thinking grow closer to the team, and this time with Thor,
Okay.
sort of our bonding session during the party, where kind of bonding over being at close power levels, you know.
Absolutely. So give Thor influence over you.
Yep. And I will clear my afraid.
Okay. And then Daredevil.
I'm gonna say grow away from the team.
Interesting.
I think I'm feeling detached because I keep showing up late to help the team.
Mm-hmm.
And the problems in my life seem very personal. And even though there's like the team's going to come help me with it, it just doesn't feel like it's a cohesive thing. So I'm going to take influence away from Catwoman.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Everyone can also mark an additional potential. I'll give you that. And essentially, we'll start at the trap on the garbage scout in the middle of the bay next time. A number of foes potentially on the table. We've got Mr. Gray. We've got the Abomination out there. We have Loki. We have evil Gray Spider-Man. And who knows who else amongst your friends and loved ones might be there. And that's where we're going to start. I would like to do a quick stars and wishes, if you don't mind, especially wishes for scenes that you definitely want to see in the final session. Let's start with Brandon.
I really liked this session. There's just so much great personal stuff. I appreciated, Daredevil's, stepping in when Jen was feeling detached. I love, Dr. Strange's continued, strangeness and his getting drunk, things like that. Thor is hilarious, and of course is bringing the trouble that he always brings. But especially, of course, the Jennifer and Selena scene, which is such a meaningful step forward in whatever their relationship is going to be. Powerful, and it's just satisfying. And as always, you love for managing all this so that all this stuff happens. The wish that I have is, I think, a fairly obvious one. It is dealing with the Hulk, because even if Gray has the sorcery taken off of him, he's going to be the Hulk, and that's appalling in its potential. I mean, that Jennifer knows that, okay, she's strong and she's tough, but the Hulk is off the scale in both of those characteristics, and it could be a disaster, even if Loki's plans are completely foiled. And so she's going into that hopeful but anxious.
Excellent. Greg, stars, wishes?
Stars, again, yeah, just a lot of great scenes from everyone. Love the stuff with Daredevil and his father, as usual. Catwoman, just so much that your relationship with Jennifer and with me and with everyone on the team, great. And Thor, it was fun to see your character becoming a little more fleshed out today. Kind of still the funny sort of surfer bro, but also now he's brother. Oh my. And poor She-Hulk. Will she ever be not so angsty? It was fun to see. And thank you, Lowell, for really, really fun session with lots of great scenes. And wishes. Just looking forward to lots of action.
Okay.
And mind control shenanigans. So.
Chris?
Yeah. Stars. No, lots of fun stuff. The She-Hulk couch argument was a good one. I thought that was a fun time. And then I think, put up big props for Daredevil bringing the booze and the music to actually make a party. That was a good time. I think it's fun when we can all share the seed together and sort of pivot it around. That's a good frame for sure. So well done. Thor always wants to toast and have a drink, of course. The Loki stuff was interesting. I think the comparing the situation with Daredevil, with him paying off his rent, to Thor getting a penthouse, is just like a tale of two apartments. So yeah, it was good framing side by side. That was cool. I'm excited to see. I guess I'll go to wishes. Excited to see what's in store for us with the fight. I'd say Thor is going to try to punch Loki and may succeed in it, but that's not going to solve the problem. Is what I'd hope for. I think Thor is going to have to learn to rely on the team, and in the condition he's in, he's not going to be able to do it himself, and that's good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Relying on the team.
Yeah, we might give a chance in sort of the flashbacks and stuff to also, if there are comfort supports on the way, maybe we can do that kind of thing as well. Joe.
Yeah, this was a lovely session. Just a lot of fun interpersonal drama. I loved the Daredevil stuff of having to deal with his dad, and then it's hey, I got some booze. Let's go party. And then guys, stop fighting. This is a party. We're supposed to have fun. And then that whole drama. And I liked having the drama of meeting Lieutenant Trevally, and the strange Wanda stuff and the Thor Loki stuff. Very fun. Lots of fun.
Nice.
Wishes. I hope and look forward to trying to connect better with Thor in the next session. And also the other wish I have is I really hope we get to see Super Soldier. He's probably going to be mind controlled if it happens, but if he doesn't, if we end up saving him, I love the hopeful, inspiring, big time hero not being trying to inspire us, even though their words mean too much.
Awesome. That's a good wish. I will put that on the table.
And Lowell, I'm not sure this is a wish, but it's a scene that I see in my head, which is the Hulk punching She-Hulk. And
I'm sure I can grant that wish.
I just see her being flung back, into the environment at great force.
Excellent. John, stars, wishes?
Yeah, I mean, I'll echo everything everyone else has said. But particularly the party scene. I love the rotating camera that we got around everybody and just the ups and downs that happened there. So yeah, I'll just jump straight to wishes. My wish is I'm super excited for the big fight. It just feels like there's going to be some big action-packed finale to this with big stakes. We've got, people all over the place that are in jeopardy, and looking forward to the mess that's going to be and what might come out of it. Also, I wanted to give a star to you, Lowell, for something I really appreciate. I love that you're not afraid to like stop a session when you feel like we're at a good point, because I've seen too many people that like just want to jump ahead because it's like, oh, we still have time. But I love, like, I think you just do such a great job of like feeling like, let's stop here. Let's build for that moment.
Yeah, I knew we were, because we got to do that to end a session. I wanted to make sure we had time for stars and wishes. And I hate truncating a big fight. I've played too many years of Champions where you accidentally start the fight too late, and then you're like, oh shit, I've got to, this is going to be terrible now. So
that's some math. That's some math you're doing there.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking hero. Never mind.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to next session. Excited for the stakes of that. I'm going to stop the recording.